If I should stay, I would only be in your way. So I'll go, but I know that I'll think of you every step of the way. And I will always love you. I will always love you. I hope life treated you kind well, and I hope you had all you dreamed of. Well, I wish you joy and happiness, but above all this, I wish you love. Oh, if I can get through it. And I will always love you. 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 I'll always love. We love you, Clive. You.
I'm in a strange place. That was so beautiful, Jennifer. Thank you so much. This is called A Letter to the Man Who Believed First. Dear Clive, there are moments in life that feel like they were written before you ever lived them. Like the universe conspired quietly in the background, arranging people and places and timing so that something extraordinary could be born. Meeting you was one of those moments for me. I was 15 years old, and I remember running down the street, 54th Street, in a leather jacket that I always wore in the winter. And I was late to meet Clive Davis. My manager was livid. I couldn't do anything about it. The train had messed up. I couldn't fix it. And so I was 15 when I first sat down at a piano in front of you. 15. My son's age. Still becoming, still unfolding. And yet you saw something in me that I was only just beginning to see in myself. And that's a gift I'll never fully be able to repay, only honor. You didn't just sign an artist. You recognized a soul. You saw not just the music I'd already made, but the music that was still sleeping inside of me, waiting for someone with the wisdom and the courage to call it forward. You called it forward. You called me forward. I think about the way you always spoke about music with such reverence, like it was sacred, like it mattered, like it meant something. In a world that so often reduces art to commerce and genius to product, you held the line. You reminded me again and again that what we were doing was about truth and legacy and about the human heart reaching out to another human heart and saying, "You're not alone." When we first met, you told me that he would treat me like Joni Mitchell. And I was like, whoa. He said, I'll treat you like Joni Mitchell because Joni Mitchell tells me when she's done. And when she's done, then it's time. And that was the belief he had in me. And that belief created songs in A minor. And because of your guidance, I found the courage to be completely and unapologetically myself at a time when the industry wanted me to be something smaller, something easier, something safer. You never asked me to shrink. You always asked me to expand. You gave me my first real stage, not just a spotlight, but a stage. And we always joke that the first time he had me perform, he said, I have good news and I have bad news. He said, the good news is you're going to perform at my Grammy party. It's going to be the first time I'm introducing a new artist. I was like, wow. The bad news is you're going to have to follow Gladys Knight. So this is pretty bad news. You gave me a place to stand and to speak and to sing and to be heard and to write and to produce and to create. And I've tried every single day since then to be worthy of that stage because I know how important that is. And I know what it cost you to bet on a young girl from Hell's Kitchen who believed a piano could change the world. Clive, you are woven into the fabric of who I am, not just as an artist, as a woman. You showed me what it looks like to move through, and that legacy will outlast all of us. And it will live in every song, in every concert hall, in every quiet room where someone puts on a record and finally feels understood. I honor you and I love you. I am because you believed I could be. Thank you for the music, for the vision, for the encouragement, for the friendship. Really. Every single time. Every single time. And he knew everything. He knew everything that was going on at all times. You couldn't believe it. You really...
Clive was the most humble man in the music business. Not really. Clive was big and bombastic and brave and full of ideas and just believed. You know, he dressed like a king, and he was born to run everything. So it was 1972. I was a 22-year-old musician slash beach bum arriving in New York on the Lincoln Transit bus out of Asbury Park. Now, 2 weeks earlier, I'd auditioned for the legendary John Hammond, and I'd been incredibly, unbelievably, and enthusiastically received. But he told me, "You have to play for Clive." John told me, quote, "I've had my successes, I've had my failures, and Clive makes the final decisions." So, okay, so I come 2 weeks later, late one morning, walk into Clive's elegant office with John, with nothing but my whole world to lose. Was I nervous? A little bit. But I tried to judo myself on the way up in the elevator by saying, well, I've got nothing. The worst I can come out with is nothing. So I'll still have what I went in with. It almost worked, but not quite. We walked into Clive's elegant office, and the minute I walked in, Clive came around the desk, and he took my hand in his, and he said, "John has told me so much about you. I can't wait to hear you." He was very kind and welcoming. So I sat down, and I tentatively strummed my guitar. I think I played him growing up in Saint in the City, songs that would end up predominantly placed on my first album. And when I finished, Clive, smiling, simply said, "Welcome to Columbia Records." And in those few words, he changed my life forever. Forever. Nothing's been the same since that day. On that day, Clive showed a 22-year-old nobody the same warmth, the same kindness, the same respect that he would show me after all my success for the next 50 years. Nothing ever changed. At Columbia, Clive became my champion, encouraging me and promoting me, getting the company to support me in every way that he knew how. Now, he had a good critical eye, I handed him my first record. He handed it back to me. He said, there's nothing anybody can play on the radio. He said, you want to be on the radio, don't you? I said, yeah, I do want to be on the radio. I did. So he sent me home. In my dingy boho beach apartment, I wrote Spirit in the Night, Blinded by the Light. 2 songs that totally changed the profile and the perception of that album. Clive then filmed himself reciting the lyrics to Blinded by the Light, like it was some kind of New Jersey Shakespeare. It was a little embarrassing, but he insisted on sending it to every Columbia office around the country. It was hilarious. You know, for the rest of his long life, after we had any kind of business connection, Clive didn't miss a single New York performance I gave. Just about every meaningful event that occurred in my long work life, Clive made sure he was there. As recently as a few months ago, Clive attended my Land of Hope and Dreams tour in Newark. He's 94 years old. He's standing up for a 3-hour show. Whenever I saw him, always reminded me of that golden moment. It's the moment, you know, the one where if you're talented, if you're lucky enough, artist comes but once in your life, just once. If the right man is listening to you from across that big desk. For me, now and forever, Clive Davis was that right man. The world that Clive was such a wonderful representative of has now vanished completely with his passing. It was the world of the great record man, Berry Gordy, Ahmet Ertegun, Mo Austin, Jerry Wexler, John Hammond, Jack Holzman, men who defined, loved, and sustained the record business from their viewpoint at the top desk on down. Clive changed so many artists and performers' lives. So many. There isn't a day when I don't sit on my big front porch in my big house, surrounded by my big cars, with my big family, looking out over my big yard, that Clive doesn't come somewhere whistling around the top of my brain, you know? He guided the listening public towards so much powerful and inspiring music. And he not only loved music, Clive actually loved the people who made the music, no matter how much of a pain in the ass they were, you know? And he loved those people deeply and permanently. With his loyalty, he let me know that that was always the way he felt about me. And I loved him back. I never felt nothing but love coming from Clive. So can a kid with a guitar walk off the streets of New York into an office and into music history today? I don't know. I don't know if those times still exist. But as somebody who's made that journey, it was incredible, undescribable, and wonderful miracle. And for me, that miracle will always be named Clive Davis. Nothing but love, Clive. Thank you.
So, guys, as you have seen the entire ceremony for Davis, I hope you have enjoyed. Please leave your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel, like and share. Thank you for always keeping on my channel. Love you all, and bye bye.